Ekse, welcome to another episode of Chats with JD. So, on today's episode, guys, I again have a female for you guys on the podcast. You're actually the third female to come on the podcast, which is really a big thing to me because I've been having a machita. But so it's really good having a female next to me. So, on today's episode, I have I'll just say Kamala Kilamare, which is Noluthando. But yeah, I also introduce her further. As I always say, which I don't like introducing my guests because then I end up mumbling and all of that. So welcome, Noluthando.
Thank you.
Can you tell people a small brief of what's okay, Noluthando, Wagabani, just that?
Well, okay, Noluthando Majola, mostly known as SnowHills, which is my stage name and name that I use in most cases. Yeah, I'm 19.
Okay. And then, where did you grow up and which schools did you go to?
Well, I grew up as Nambemi here in Witbank.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up as
Okay,
Nambemi.
shout out.
Yeah, and we moved to Duva Park after my parents got married.
Okay.
That's where I've been staying for as far as I can remember. Yeah.
It's just
And I go to Warsaw Patriot, went to their school, Fontaine.
Really?
Primary I went to.
So,
Yeah.
the Africans, you're actually good.
No, I understand Afrikaans, but I'm not really good with Afrikaans. I can hear it, I can understand it, but it's not a language that I would spend the whole day speaking it.
Okay. And then a small brief on what actually inspired your stage name, which is SnowHills.
Well, SnowHills, what inspired the name SnowHills is of how cold my bars are. That's what a lot of people would tell me after dropping a song or a freestyle videos. They'd be like, your bars are cold, and that's where I got the name Snow. And SnowHills is more like of my alter ego. I could say it's my alter ego, SnowHills. That's why I love using the name Snow in most cases, because I don't want to go and attempting as Noluthando. I just want to be Snow. Yeah.
So you actually got the name from people.
Mostly, yeah. Yeah, I
And
actually.
when I thought, okay, something called snow, and then the hills, where does it come from?
The hills, I always see myself on top as far as I can. Every time when I picture myself in anything, I just want to be at the top and everything. So when I come up with hills, it just makes sense. It's like being on top of the hills. In most places, the hills is on top and the biggest
Sure.
thing. So yeah,
That's so
that's
nice.
yeah, I find it really
I
nice.
really didn't think of that.
I did. I actually did. And funny because I came up with that after I came up with Snow Hills. That's
So
when
what
I
was your name back then when you actually started this whole rapping thing?
It was Lady G. That's the name I used to use. I don't know where the G came from. I don't know where the name came from. But then after my first
I
freestyle,
think I recall that.
but after my first freestyle, I came up with like, okay, I'm gonna be Lady G, because I remember people telling me that if you're gonna do music, you're gonna have to have a stage name. You're gonna have to use a name that's not really your name. Then I just came up with the Lady G, and I was like, yeah, that's the name I'm gonna go with. But then as time went by, came up with another one. Yeah, which was Snow Hills.
No, that's just, I really didn't think of that.
I never thought I would come up with something like that, but I did.
And it makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Cold bars, always want to see yourself at the top, which obviously hills are,
Yeah,
Yo.
it's always been like that. And
Okay. So a lot of people know you as SnowHills, the
Yeah.
rapper, the artist, not knowing that there's actually more.
yeah,
So when did you actually discover that, like Mina, I can actually rap, I can actually do this? What year was it?
I don't really recall. I think it was 2015.
Yo,
No, it was 2016. Yeah, I remember.
you were still in primary.
I was still in primary. I think I was doing grade. No, I don't know. 5, 6, yeah, somewhere there. And somebody sends me. I asked somebody to send me songs before Ninyam. Then they sent a few beats or somewhere there. I don't know how it happened, but then I remember listening to the songs, and I came across the beat and I was like, wow, this is fire. Let me try to do something on it. And I actually freestyled and it came out so perfect. I loved it. I made people listen to it and they actually couldn't believe it was me because I also didn't believe it was me. Then after that, I was like, okay, this is it. Maybe I might just rap. Maybe I might just.
Do you recall maybe the name of the freestyle? What you called the name back then?
I don't really know. I don't really remember.
Don't remember?
I don't. I don't.
All right. So currently, who is supporting you for out, and who is actually encouraging you to keep going every day?
Somebody that encourages me to keep going every
every
day.
day.
I feel like it's the person that I want to see myself one day, the person that I want to be one day is the person that encourages me. Because I could wake up today and be like, you know what, I don't want to do anything. But then the person that I want to be, the successful Noluthando that comes to my mind actually pushes me like, go and do it, do something, push. In order for you to get where you want, you have to push. And that motivates me. You know?
So actually, you encourage yourself, you inspire yourself in some way. So no one out there actually but okay. When you look at that person, you be like, you see if I can reach level of that person. Isn't there someone like that?
I tried. I used to be inspired by Kim Kardashian and all of that. But then at the same time, I realized that if I look up to them, I'll end up trying to do things the way they do it. I will end up following the lead and doing the things that they did, knowing very well that there are things that I'm supposed to do, there are things that I go through that they never went through, and that also makes me stronger, that makes me the person that I want to be. So it's kind of like that. I want to motivate myself, I want to encourage myself, inspire myself. It works perfectly that way.
Okay, then would you say if you weren't like motivated or encouraged by yourself, do you think you would have stopped all this thing a while ago?
I don't think I was gonna even start. Yeah, because there's a very lazy side of me that doesn't want to do anything at all, that just wants to chill and everything. But then after having dreams and realizing that I actually want to be something, that's when I get up and be like, okay, let me do it. And if I still hang with people that I used to hang, I wasn't gonna do any of the things that I do. That's why I actually realized that day by day my circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller, because the people that you hang around with don't have the same vision, the mission that you want to accomplish. They don't think the way you think, and therefore when you come up with a plan that you have in mind, some sort of business plan or anything that you want to do, they're gonna gaslight you and you're gonna feel like it's not really relevant to the world, it's not relevant, it's not important, so it's best to be by yourself. And if you have some sort of business idea, keep it to yourself until you accomplish, until you go forward with it, and then you come out as a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I went through your Instagram, I saw that your first ever gig was at Legends Pub. I don't know if I'm right, because that's the first poster I picked up for Instagram of the event. So am I right? They're my effects, right? Or it wasn't actually your first?
No, it wasn't my first.
It wasn't your first. But that's the first post I saw on your Instagram.
Most of the posters I don't really
post
them. Yeah, it just happens that because I wasn't a big artist, I'm not really a big artist, you get to get the gig maybe 2 weeks before the event, and they're like, we're gonna come perform on the same day. So just because you wanna make it, you're gonna go. And with having to post a lot of things with Legends Pub, I was an ambassador, so I had to post the poster and advertise the events actually, because I was one of the people planning it and on all that. So they wanted me to be on the lineup and some sort of,
But then just to tell us, how was your experience of being part of a Legends Pub?
It was nice. It was nice. I learned a lot about having to run a place like that, a restaurant and all of that. I learned a lot. Besides me being an ambassador and being spotlight and all of that, I learned the insights, the supplies, and everything. So
I think it was last year, no? Was it last year?
Yeah, I think it was.
Because I remember you posting it even when you were arriving Ule venue, you had like videos going on.
Yeah.
Like, was it that one?
Yeah.
It has like blue lights.
Yeah.
Was it that one?
Yeah. That's when I started with everything with Legends Pub. But yeah, after some time it stopped, and I discovered that it was closed. Okay.
Then when you look at the same poster, which is Legends Pub poster, I saw Goti on that poster there was mostly gents, meaning the event was mostly dominated by gents.
Yeah.
Didn't you feel any pressure or feel intimidated Goti there aren't a lot of hands for the event?
In most events that I had performed in, the lineup was full of gents and there wasn't a lot of hands. So when that happened, I felt so special. I don't know. I know I was supposed to feel intimidated or scared because of, you know how gents can be. But I felt special. I felt like I was bigger than the gents because I don't know why, but it gave that energy that, okay, I'm gonna get there and kill it because, I mean, I'm the
And you
only
actually
female.
did.
I actually did. I actually did. As much as I was nervous, but I did. It went well. It went amazing the way I had envisioned it. And I was like, okay, that's it. I'm the shit. Nothing else.
All right, then speaking about Legends Bar, we also saw what you actually get a lot of gigs. So
Yeah.
my question is, how do you manage all the admin? Do you have a manager? Do you have a PA? What's going on?
I was supposed to have that, but then I realized I can actually run these things by myself as much as it can be too much. I don't think at some point, if we were to get to having to negotiate, somebody was going to do it better than me. So I knew at that point that I had to do this by myself. As much as I need help, I can do it by myself. I needed one, but then I didn't want to have one because I don't know, but it went well with me having to manage myself.
So, Mina, if I was to ask to be your manager, would you agree maybe?
I would have to see how
I
you
manage things.
Yeah, how you manage things, and if you're good
So,
at it.
let's say, Mina, since maybe, let's say around December, obviously schools are closed by then.
Yeah.
And then maybe, Mina, I'm able to get you maybe 3-4 gigs. Would you consider?
It depends how you got the gigs. Okay.
Huh.
Okay, that doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but then how? Okay, what would really matter? Okay, you having to get me gigs. That's the first point. And you
At
gotta
least I
check.
think about you. It's okay, man.
You think
Let's put
about me
Snow
as
Hills
much as you're
on.
my manager. What in anything that you do, you have to include me. That I don't have to overwork like that. You also have to benefit from that. But if you're able to think of me and give me those gigs, yeah, I think it can.
Because like instead of you approaching people, I can actually do that for you. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this event. Can you put Snow Hills and I tell you, are you interested? Cool.
And
Then
it's
you
funny
go out.
because as much as I was a small artist, I never got to approach people, the
They actually
promoters.
approached you.
Yeah, they actually approached me, and I was when I started rapping, I didn't think of it as something that okay, I was gonna be on stage rapping and all of that. It's just something that happened that I know how to rap, okay, and that's it. Then boom, gigs started coming, and I would reject them because of how I'm nervous to perform and all of that. But then time by, I actually realized, damn, I can be big with this, yeah.
Okay, then so out of all like events you've been at, which one had to be the one that you enjoyed the most? Can be money wise and it can be like in general. Which one do you enjoy the most? Because right here I have E2K Shutdown,
Yeah.
I have Ladies Vibe, I have Hoodie Day, and I have a Savage Fest. I believe there's more. That's what I have currently here.
What do you have again?
2K Shutdown,
Yeah.
Ladies Vibes,
Yeah.
Ladies Vibe, Hoodie Day, and Savage Fest.
The ladies' vibe was very nice. It was very amazing because, as women, they don't get to support each other like that. And
Mara, we also
push
feel
the
the same way, my gents.
It's like that, actually. It's really like that. So when you know that it's going to be an event full of women, you don't really expect much support. But then the one that I received that day, it was nice. It was amazing. It's not something that I had expected, but then I felt really special and I felt supported. So yeah, I could say that's one of the biggest, amazing events.
So
I really
that's
enjoyed.
number one for you.
Yeah, that's number one.
Okay, then, because I usually say people should choose one, but for you, I'll just give you a second one. Then the second one, which one can it be? So what's left is 2K Shutdown, Hoodie Day, and Savage Fest. You can mention any.
Yeah,
because
the one that I
that's what
have
I
is not
have.
on the list. It's not been shut down. That was my first performance. That was my first performance in a cave. It was amazing because I recorded the song the same day and I went to perform on that day. That's how it happened. And I don't know if I was gonna be able to manage and pull it off, but then The minute I finished recording the song, I went straight to stage. I went straight on stage and I performed, and it was amazing. I didn't know a lot of people knew me like that, but then I could hear people shouting my name, and it really boosted my
How's that
ego.
feeling though?
I don't know, it got me comfortable on stage because, like I said, I'm very nervous when I get on stage, anxiety attacks. But then when you see people supporting you and all of that, I was happy.
And then, because I also know what you once performed Go Rota. I don't know, but is it last year or last year? The Rota fashion show?
I didn't pull up actually.
No, man, I remember you did perform Go Rota. Which one was it?
Was it Rota? I think it was a crowning, man.
No, it was I never
wait, I'm trying to remember. Try to remember. The Rota. I know there's a Rota that I performed at, but I don't remember which one.
I just don't have the video right now.
I remember it. I know there's a Rota that I performed. It wasn't last year because I was supposed to be on the runway. The year before, I was on stage. I don't know.
With Eye Candy.
With Eye Candy, yeah. I think it was the year before the one that I hopped on with Eye Candy. I think it was that one.
How was that performance for you?
It was scary. I was scared. I was nervous, but then it turned out amazing. Because when I started rapping, actually, because when I started performing, people were still chill. They're looking at me like,
who's this now?
Who's this now? And I'm like, okay, I could just get out on stage right now. But then when I started hopping on the first verse, people went crazy. And I was like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna enjoy this, and I did. People went crazy. And funny part was adults also there, and they were boosting up, like shouting SnowHills, and I was like, okay, that's amazing.
And then when you say the type of music you do is different from any other artist that does music here in Witbank, if yes, why?
The type of music that I do.
Is it different in any way to any other artist that does music here in Witbank?
It's not very much different, but it's unique. What I have to offer, nobody else can offer. That's how I could say it is. What I have to offer, nobody else can offer. What I have to put in a beat, nobody else can put. But when it comes to females, I don't think there's anyone else that can produce what I do. I don't think anybody can do what I do. So yeah, I could say I'm the best for now.
The best? Female?
Yeah.
Even male or...
Male, I don't really know much, but then, yeah, the ones that I know, not really intimidating.
Oh.
But yeah, that's
Yo.
Not really intimidated, just that I'm too chilled. And to think that I can kill a verse chilled, I feel like that's perfect.
Shoot, when you actually kill people with my freestyle, ne?
I can, and I will.
And then which other local rapper are you currently listening to?
Local rappers, I don't listen to any for now.
Do you think that's fair though? Because people listen to you, but when you don't want to listen to any local rapper.
I do have a few that I listen to, but then it's Kid Flames because he sends me his tracks directly to me and I get to listen to them in a nice way, and he's actually dope. That's one of the rappers that I listen to, but other than that, I don't know where to get the music. I don't know.
What do you think of thinking of Waters? You to score a Patriot now.
Who's that?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what I was supposed to.
No.
Supposed to somehow.
No.
Who else can I ask?
Maybe I know him, but
this guy, I don't know if his stage name is like it's which one, but on Instagram it's originally Tando.
Is it he?
That is.
No, I don't know him.
Okay, who do you know again?
I don't know these rappers, man. But I know them. But I don't really know him. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of someone else, then ask you what do you think of them, but I can see even if I was to ask about someone, you'll say you don't know them.
I don't pay much attention like that, and I feel bad.
Okay. Haley. Haley also does music, right?
Haley?
So
Haley. Yeah, Haley. I know Haley. Haley does nice music. Yeah, he does good music actually.
Yeah, Just Sia. What do you think of Just Sia?
Just Sia.
Don't tell me you don't know Justin, please.
I think I do know him. I think I do know him. Does he work with like Star Chronic and...
No. Works with Abu A.
No, I don't know him. I know Sia. I do know him.
You know Sia?
Yeah, he once plugged me with a beat. I know Sia. I do know.
So what do you think of?
That's nice. His voice is different from his personality or whatnot. But then he's great. He is dope, actually, to think of it now.
And then you actually reminded me. And then if we had to go to about Sour Chronic, about Surge,
I used to work with
ICV,
those are the rappers that I know. I used to work with them.
ICV, who else? Yeah, I think I know that three now.
Yeah, I know them.
Even quite sure.
I can remember the name. I remember.
Okay, now I forgot now.
Tremi. Yeah, Tremi.
So out of all of them, like who do you feel the most?
Out of Sour Chronic, I see and all that. I would say it's Surge. Tremi.
Yeah, Sage. Shout out to Sage. Even though currently young Comela, I've asked for
Surge's music is giving Bryson Tiller.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And especially now he hopped on Afrobeat. That's super nice.
Yeah, I haven't been checking him for a while, but then...
Please don't even dare to I'm not bashing him, but like I'm in a beat or any archives of his Komazaki just to use as an outro and intro for my other podcast. Until today, he mized me. And he's actually active on Instagram.
You can see his days.
Amazing.
Oh my word.
Marayana, besides that, man, like music work, his voice, very since primary, because I used to go with him a primary, very since that day.
I don't know who sings me one of his songs, but when I listened to it, I was like, wow, something. Yeah, it was him before he dropped an EP. I don't know when was it. I think it was 2020. He sings me some of those tracks before he dropped them.
Did you see the one he dropped? That's the Gift EP.
No.
You should listen to it. It's actually on every platform. It's actually nice.
I'll check it
It's
out.
I think 3 songs EP.
Yeah,
that one is actually
yeah, he's
nice.
been doing 3 songs EP.
That one is
so
actually
check
nice.
it out, yeah.
And then there's quite a lot of things that you have on your plate.
Yeah.
That's why I even asked, would you have a manager? Because you're an artist, brand influencer. I once saw you being a host, fashion model, modeling coach, promoter. What else? What am I missing?
I don't know. I don't think of any. It just comes like when it comes to my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm that too. Oh yeah, I'm that
And
too.
currently, I see you removed everything I have. Yeah. I think what's left is artist and model.
It's been a while since I've been active as an artist, so I've been fortunate.
An artist. We know you for being an artist.
Yeah, I feel like being SnowHills got me where I am today, and I'm like trying to get it off my plate and all of that. I feel so bad for doing that. So,
how do you think the people that actually gave you the name feel, Majola? So
exactly. I feel like this might be a sign that I have to go back to music, because like I think I get to have like 5 people reminding me that I need to make music, I need to drop, I need to do this 3-1 feature or what. And I'm like, nah, I'm so chill. And like it's been 2 years since I've been chill, so I think, you know what, maybe this is a sign that I actually
why don't you just do freestyles now? It's been a while since you dropped like an actual song.
Yeah, I think I only have like 2 songs
Really?
that I have dropped. Yeah.
So should see all the events I mentioned above, there's only those 2 songs.
The events they would book me, by that time I only had 1 song. Only 1. So in all the events I would perform 1 song, and I'm like, okay, this is insane. I need to go to the studio.
Yeah. Okay. So how does it feel representing Witbank as a female rapper?
It's nice. It's amazing.
Actually, wait. Do you classify yourself as a rapper, or you do sing? Lapo na lapo. If you were to call maybe like be the for a song, but if you don't want you to rap, want you to sing.
Oh my word! Depends on how much they pay.
Oh,
if there's money involved. I'm joking. I don't know how to sing. I'm not gonna even lie to them and be like, okay, I'll make a plan. But I can make a plan on a track there, try to mix up a few words and but I don't really know how to sing. I just don't know how to sing. And that's it.
Okay. Then for a few minutes, I'll be focusing on the modeling coach and the modeling itself. So when did you actually start being interested in modeling, and what and who actually inspired you?
Being a model has always been something that I've been passionate about since I was a kid. I never knew a lot about modeling. I never knew anything, but then it's just something that I've always wanted to do. I want to be a model. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what I have to do. I just want to model. And it was just something that I'll do later in my life. And then, when you walk, people be like, you should be a model. You should be a model. And that I've been getting that a lot. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is a sign. It's time and I have to take a step. I don't know how and all of that. And I remember this other time I was working. I remember this other time I was working. This other guy asked me, can you come to my fashion show? I like your work. By that time, I didn't know anything. So I feel like that guy triggered that I should start being interested in modeling and doing all that. Then it actually started with being brand ambassador. People approached me for promos, brand ambassador and all of that. Then I started there from brand ambassador to fashion shows. It happened fast. It really happened fast. I don't know how, but it really did happen fast. Yeah.
Then to recall, how long have you been in modeling industry?
No, I can't think. From 2019.
It's actually been a while.
Yeah, it really is actually.
And then your experience of being part of Face of Noluthando, how was it? How is it? Is it the one you also entered now?
Yeah.
Same one?
Yes.
Is it the second time or?
It's the first time. It's my first pageant actually.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, how was it?
And it's amazing, the journey. I thought it was going to be something simple like just a walk in a park. Okay, take from semi-finalist to finalist, get a sash, walk on stage, get a title and win things. But no, it's actually a journey, a long one. You're going to learn a lot of things, you're going to discover. As much as it's a nice journey, it is a nice journey, it is amazing. It's difficult and a lot of challenges. I love being challenged. It makes my brain be elastic. I get to think, I get to challenge myself also. And as much as it's difficult and everything, I love it. It reminds me all the time that as much as this is fun, it's a competition. And you gotta do your best, do your all, and make sure that even if you win or you don't, you gave your all, So
I don't know if you watched my episode with Sunny Lisiwe. She's also a model. She said being a model these days actually need and most of people that enter my pageant just enter because have the body, I have all of that. Your comment on that, do we say that's true or what?
It's true. Especially with pageantry, you need to be here. It doesn't matter, especially when it comes to politics and self-love.
That's what she said.
Yeah, the politics it's kind of a big thing, and it's not something that I've been interested in, politics and all of that. But as time went by, I actually realized that I need to pay attention to this, not because of pageantry, but then it also involves pageantry, and I love working with such. You discover a lot.
Okay, so would you consider yourself a runway model, pageant model, or fashion model, or all of the above?
All the above. I do them all. I do them all. Yeah.
And then your journey on starting a Diamond Modeling Academy.
Yeah, that one.
How was it? Because I believe it wasn't an easy one.
I thought it was gonna be easy when I started it. We went from Loyalty. I was working with Loyalty. I was in the management for Loyalty modeling agency, and I discovered that as much as I'm working with people, this was going to be more fun if I had it on my own. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it's going to be more interesting and it's going to go the way that I want it to be. And I actually tried that. From Loyalty, we went to Diamond, and I got a lot of got a models applications out and all of that, got models coming in, and from there, and I didn't think it was more of an emotional thing. I was connected to this spiritually and emotionally. It was hard. It was difficult having to get opportunities for the models. It's hard even now because they don't understand this. All they want to do is model. But then since you understand this and how it's supposed to work, you can see that this person can do the work, can smile at everything, but can they speak? Can they talk the way they're supposed to?
The knowledge.
The knowledge. They need to have the knowledge. They need to do the things that they're supposed to. Because if they don't have that knowledge, they're gonna feel like you're a robber. You are taking advantage. You are with mad and all of that. So they need to have knowledge. And when you don't accept some of the models, they feel like you're being judgmental or you're choosy and all of that. But they need to understand. They need to understand. That's one thing I always teach them models, that when you don't know anything, you're not gonna succeed in this. No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how good your work is, you need to know the ins and outs of being a model.
So the modeling coach comes from the diamond modeling.
It
Started there.
Started there.
Then moving on, you also a promoter. How is it? Industry promoting.
Being promoted.
How's the money?
The money is good. The money is good. That's the most amazing part. That's the biggest one. The money is good. It's not something that I had planned that I'm going to start being a promoter now. Yeah, DM for promos and all of that. No, it just happened eventually. Getting approaches that came here, and that's it, like I said. And it starts with one brand, and it grows. You don't even realize that it grows because you keep doing it.
What do you think people are actually seeing from you that's actually grabbing them with no man? I want SnowHills on this.
I ask myself that question. I ask myself that question all the time.
Because I now see with your Instagram is going crazy. And crazy how, I don't know, I think this other day I was on your profile and it was like on 8K. No, 8K. Okay, fine. Tomorrow I went there, 10K.
I don't really pay much attention to social media platforms. When I get on social media, I post, check out the DMs, and I'm out. But the way it was booming and it was growing,
I tell you, I think,
and I get nervous. Like, I don't know how am I gonna handle this. Am I able with this? Because it happened when I actually was like, you know what, I don't want to be a social media person.
How, Mara? Because we're rappers, we have to.
That's the thing. I don't want to be a public figure, but the things that I want to do requires me to be out there, you know. But I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go with the flow. And I see it's growing.
Now it's on 22, right? 22, what? 15?
I think so, I don't know, 20 or...
Sweet, but I know there's a 2.
Let's check.
I'm sure with there's a 2, I remember. There's a 2.
Yeah.
22.5K.
Oh my word. That's nice. I think that's good, actually.
Imagine having someone on the podcast that has 22.5K. It's huge, eh?
It's nice.
Because I tell you, there was this one time, like, today, like, okay, you're going to today, I'm checking, it's 22.5. Net Jamaican check it tomorrow, it was, I think, 10K. I even told my sister, come see this. It can't be. Or am I crazy?
I saw it.
No, like, I'm proud of you, but just, man, it's happened. Yeah.
I saw that. I remember it was on 2K. And like I said, I'm not really being on social media that I want to check it every now and then and all of that. I was going to post some pictures for this other promo. I don't know which one was it, but then yeah. And I'm like, I'm on 7K. I was like, okay, what is happening? Is this my account? I was like, okay, maybe I'm on somebody else's profile and all of that. And kind of like I could get an office where I would ask, what is happening? But I'm glad, I'm happy, the feedbacks I'm getting from people that follow me.
And like you can see what you didn't buy the followers because your likes actually correspond with your followers. You get people who have 22.5K followers, for example, and they have 100 likes.
No, does that happen with you?
It does.
No, you lie.
Please check. I don't know where. Please take your phone tonight and actually check.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
Because like at least when you're able to get 1.5K, 2K, at least you can see what it actually corresponds with.
How do people buy followers?
Yeah, I don't know. Not much able to buy a verification.
I saw that. I was so shocked. Like, how are people getting verification and all of that? And it was on my profile there, like sign up for a verification badge, and I was like, okay, I'll follow the link. And it got to the point where you have to pay, like you pay. And I was like, this is insane. So you get
How much did it give you?
I don't really check. I didn't really check.
Because it also gave me that suggestion on my podcast, and it said I can pay, I think, $250 a month.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people said, because I went, I followed the link and everything that it says you can get verified. Then I didn't pay my subscriptions when I got off, and then I saw people on Twitter be like, now we can buy verification badges, and I was like, could it be what I saw on my profile? And I was like, okay, that's insane.
Okay, and then moving on, what type of promos do you specialize in mostly?
Clothing promos.
Clothing.
Yeah, clothing. Food. I recently got this other one for food. I don't know if I'm gonna handle it, but it's so exciting.
So you promote food?
Yes,
Promote
it's like a restaurant. I don't know if it's a restaurant, but then that person, yeah, more like food, the food that they cook and everything, so that they can come to the place. It's more like promoting the place. Yeah, I also like that one.
How's the money on that one?
It depends on what place you're promoting, but it's also good. It's also good. Promos come with money. It doesn't matter what type of promo it is. Comes with money.
Okay, but I'll ask that. And then I also saw that you are part of I don't know if I'm pronouncing this one, but Prudy Fragrance.
Yes.
That's right, Prudy.
Yeah, Prudy.
Okay. So does it fall under the brand influencing or the promoting?
Prudy is one of the most special. I'm not saying the other brands that I promote aren't special, but they.
And you actually stayed out for a while. They should the money, the treatment.
You see, when you have to understand the business, how it's going, you will never go wrong. In most cases, influencers that want to promote clothes, they want money. They want money now, and they want the clothes and everything. But there's more to it. You need to have a good relationship with the person that owns the brand. You need to understand that person, how the business level works. You need to know, you have to set a quotation according to their business. I'm not saying you should know your worth or settle for less, but then when you know that you will never go wrong in the near future when it comes to business, So that one is nice. Trade business is amazing. Yeah.
And then small brief of, because I feel like you explain a lot, but then a small brief of your journey of working with Prudy Fragrance. How is it, Jay?
I don't know, it brought out the nice model out of me. It makes me think.
The pictures you take are great. Amazing.
I love them. It's not me. I could see them like look at my pictures and be like, oh my word, is this me? I love that. And the other part, that's why I want people that when they want to do promos, they have to have a nice relationship with the founder of the brand, because you get to learn. It doesn't matter what type of a business it is, but then with how things have come so far with the Prudy fragrances, I know that should it happen that I want to start my own fragrance business, I'll succeed. Yes, the support I would get, the things that would happen, I will never go wrong.
But do you think that would be fair? Now you're working with this one, SnowHills.
No, it's not fair, but I know the fact that I have knowledge when it comes to such businesses, it makes me happy. I know that should it happen that I could be a mentor for somebody who wants to start such a business, they will succeed. I know the ins and outs, I know how it will work. So I am glad for that. I am learning. I'm not saying I would go against start such a business.
As a coach.
And yeah.
And then an estimation, please don't give us the exact amount of how much you've made from promos.
Altogether.
By
now.
Yeah, even if it's from 2015 altogether, estimation.
I don't know. You see, okay.
Let's estimate.
I don't know. Okay. Maybe. 9K. But you know how it happens.
Okay. That's a lot.
When you say from back then, I cannot give from.
Okay, the one you remember, you recall. How much was it?
As in like the money that they give me, when I promo.
No, like not one promo, but all of the total of the amount.
Maybe close to 9, close or more to 9K, because it depends on the type of people you're working with, So it's something like that.
9K.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not good with numbers, but I think so.
And then you also said that you are a big supporter of local brands. We've seen
Yeah.
you work with Kids of Africa,
Yeah.
I Can Be, You Decide, and the Bowlers Club. So, from all the above, which one had to be the best one for you?
From where?
Kids of Africa,
Yeah.
I Can Be, You Decide, and Bowlers Club.
It's Kids of Africa. It was Kids of Africa and Channel Africa. It would sound like it's the same brand, but then it's the best two that I worked with. And Trinity Reigns. Yeah, those are the best
Oh
brands
yeah,
of
I
Africa.
forgot about that one.
Yeah. Trinity Reigns is different from this, but yeah, that's one of the best brands that I've worked with, Kids of Africa.
Yeah, shout out to Kids of Africa. Shout out to,
Yeah.
because I only know Toya from there, so shout
Yeah,
out to
I know him
shout out to
too, and the
Toya.
crowd.
Even though people will say, yeah, when they're not fair, always mentioning Toya on the podcast, but Toya, you know. But shout out, shout out
yeah.
to Toya. And then moving on to event hosting. How was hosting Mr. and Mrs. Supreme Sparkle?
I hosted the red carpet on the fashion show, then I hosted the actual crowning. Yeah. So the best experience.
Superstar.
Come on. The best experience was hosting the red carpet. It was fun. It was amazing seeing people's outfits and all of that. But hosting the show, it was difficult because by that time I was already part of the management team. So I was in between having to keep up with the how things are going outside, out of stage, and how the models are dressing and everything. So I feel like I was under pressure with having to entertain the guests and keeping up with the preparations and all of that. So I wouldn't advise somebody who's in the management team. It's like hosting your own events, then being the host. You know how it is. So yeah, it was kind of like that.
Okay, and then who actually approached you for the event hosting? Did you approach them or they approached you?
I had a friend that I was close with by that time. And yeah, they were out with the lineup and everything. He approached me, he was like, "You trying to come and perform and all of that?" I was like, "No." Because, like I said, music and yeah, they. And when they were like, "Okay, you can come and host the red carpet and you can perform at the end as a surprise artist." And I don't remember a lot about that, but I remember it happened altogether. I don't remember but I remember, yeah.
And then, how was your experience of the whole event? How was the nerves? You know, the sparkle, super sparkle,
crowning.
yeah, the whole presenting thing, red carpet thingy. How
The
was
red
that?
carpet was amazing. Perfect. My outfit, everything was amazing.
I remember the outfits.
And other than that, because I didn't know a lot about the management until I got inside the management, I was nervous about having to reach the crowning because the founder of the pageant was extremely unprofessional, and the way she does things, and the funny part, it affects all of us. So I don't think my experience with working with them was nice or anything like that, but then I've learned. Every journey that I go through, I learn. There's always something that happens, you know. It may be bad, it may be good, but I learn from all of that. But then it wasn't an so amazing experience.
All right, then I have to cut some questions. And then, out of all like the things you do, like out of all the industry you're in right now, which one had a lot of pressure and competition, all of that? Which one is it? So you're looking at being a rapper,
Yeah.
promoter, presenter. I don't know. I just don't know now. What else? Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna start there by being a rapper, but being a rapper was nice. I enjoyed it, and it was mostly amazing when I was going through and under my pace, going with my pace. Sorry, and nobody was having me under pressure. But then as time went by and people started to notice me, they'd be like, "Aren't you dropping? When are you going to record?" And then I felt under pressure because I would go and perform and be like, really, I'm going to perform with one song, I really need to drop. Then I would go to the studio and do the same method that I'm going to record today and perform the song today. And that's when I started feeling under pressure that, okay, maybe I might need a break from this, because it started to affect me emotionally. People may not understand, but it was really, because it was something that I felt like I was connected to. But then after receiving so much pressure, I felt like, you know what, maybe I need some time off. But as much as I enjoy this, I'll be back eventually. If it's mine, it will bounce back to me. Then with being a model, okay, I'm gonna start there by having promos. Promos. Promos are nice. There's no much pressure and all of that, money flowing. But the pressure comes from the people that actually umuntu approach it to be an ambassador and actually think you might be a distributor of some sort, having to expect all of the customers to come from you and all of that. When are you posting the pictures of the t-shirt that I sent you? And that's when the pressure comes. I love doing things at my own pace and all of that, but then when you put under pressure, I'm not going to deliver what I'm supposed to, what I had promised I'm going to deliver, you know, so that also falls under pressure. Yeah.
Okay, and then out of everything you do, which one would you choose to do for your whole life?
Being a runway model.
And then the money from promos?
From promos for, okay, that's what I would do. Because being in public figure comes with promos. It doesn't matter what you do in anything, it comes with promos. If you're a public figure, you're gonna get promos all the time. And that's gonna be like, I don't know, but it's money, you know.
What words of encouragement would you love to send out to young hands or gents that are also into similar industries like you?
In similar industries like me, I would advise you to stay focused, push, and stay focused to what you're actually trying to achieve, because that little distraction that you may get can ruin everything that you're trying to achieve. So what I would advise, interact with people, network, that's one of the most important. Then stay focused. Don't forget your purpose. As much as you interact with people, as much as you'll be involved in a lot of things that you're not meant to, but because of you know, in this world that we live in, it's a matter of connections and all of that, and you may never know where your connection is gonna come from. So it's best to interact, stay and be out there. Be out there. You need to be out there. It doesn't matter what you do. We are guitar or you dancing for what, you gotta be out there. You gotta be out there, push. You will never know the person that's supposed to see you who's will notice you. So stay focused, push, and be out there.
Then just last question. What has to be your everyday motto? A quote you live by, a quote that keeps SnowHills going every day.
I live by take it as a big girl, which means take a situation as it is. It doesn't matter if it's hard.
Treat it, you should take it as big boy.
A big guy. Yeah, as a big guy. Take it as a big girl. You may face a lot of situations that require you to cry, to break down and, quit. But then as a big girl, you're not going to do that. You're just going to carry on and take it as it is. Take it as it is and carry on. Keep pushing. So take it as a big girl.
No, I really appreciate you coming through. It was really a great one. I think my Twax episode was my number one, and then I think number two I'll give it to you. Like, this was the best one.
Yeah,
it was a great one.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you, and I hope now you enjoyed the episode.
I did enjoy. It was therapeutic.
Hopefully, go see Gemaso Nizmal is serious. I was comedy, when I approach you to promote the podcast, Nyana, you don't charge me that much. But then, shout out to you, and hopefully you succeed in everything you do.
Thank you.
And then from my side, I just want to say, please make sure to shop yourself any bodega item. You can check them out on Instagram, which is bodega.world, and also on Facebook, which is bodega.world. And then a big shout out to Keegan. Keegan is my president. A big shout out to him, because man, bodegas for life, bodegas forever, and bodega to the world, man. Shout out to everyone watching this episode. Till we meet on the next one.